Hi guys! Today we're going to talk about the first few steps that you're going to go through before you start video editing in Premiere Pro. So the main thing I want to emphasize with you today is you have to get organized. So let's say you shoot an interview and you use two cameras. You're going to have a folder that you're going to put the footage from camera 1 in, and you'll have a folder that you put the footage in camera 2. Then perhaps you have an audio recorder as a backup. You're going to have a folder for the audio recording. And then you might want to film some B-roll of the person and whatever it is they're talking about. So then you might have a folder for the B-roll. But the key here is, no matter what you're shooting, is that you need to get organized. And you need to take all of your footage when you download it and you need to put it into folders. So I'm going to show you a little bit more complicated of a shoot that I did, which was a wedding. And in this particular wedding for Gina and David, as you can see right here, this was a longer wedding day, so it was about 8 hours, and they had a first look. We did a lot of B-roll throughout the day. There's, of course, the ceremony footage from probably 4 different cameras. And there was some getting ready photos. I've got 2 audio recorders. There was a Zoom H4n and a Tascam. So those are in their respective folders. And of course, footage from the reception. And there were some still shot photos that I took as well, but those are not going to be part of the video portion of it. Now you notice right here, there's a Premiere folder. I created that myself, and the reason for that is when you start a project in Premiere Pro, it will actually create a lot of other files and subfolders within that to keep all of its things organized. So you just want to make sure that you have a folder for Premiere to put all those files into so they stay organized as well. All right, now that we've got ourselves completely organized in either Windows Explorer if you're using a PC, or here in Finder on a Mac, I'm going to start a new project in Premiere Pro. So I'm launching Premiere Pro. I'm going to get a new project started. Now, this particular one I'm well into the video editing, but I'm just going to go ahead and go through the motions of creating a new project so that you can see how I do that. So from this screen, I'm going to select New Project. I'm going to go to Browse, and I want to be selecting the Premiere file folder underneath whatever project I'm working on. So I've got that. I'll say Choose, and I'm going to give this a title. So this one I'm going to call Gina and David. Oops. And I'll put 5 on there. All right, and then we're going to say OK. Okay, so we've created a new project now in Premiere Pro. The first thing that you're going to do after you create the project is you're going to import all of your footage. And here's the key. If you've actually organized yourself before getting to this step, it's really going to pay off. So we're going to go over here to the project panel, and we're going to double click on the Import Media area. And we're going to go to the main root of Gina and David, and I'm just going to command click to select all of the folders that have video footage in them or audio recordings that I want to use in my video. So I'm being careful not to select Premiere Pro file folder. I'm just selecting the ones that actually have footage in them, and I'll say import. And it'll take a moment. It'll import all these files. All right, so now, we did get a little file import failure. So this happens occasionally. Let's say that you took some still shots as well and you had some raw files in there. Or in this case, this is actually my GoPro. When I import the GoPro footage, there's a few files that Premiere Pro does not recognize, and that will be listed here. So just go ahead and say OK to that if you get that error message. But now look at our project panel here. all of these folders actually imported and creating bins automatically. So now what I'm going to do is go a step further, and I'm going to create a bin, and I'm going to call it video. Then I'm going to take all of these folders, with the exception of my audio ones. So I'll take like the ceremony and getting ready, and I'm going to drag it and drop it into the video folder. I'll do the same with reception, with B-roll, and with the first look. Okay? Now I'm going to create another bin that is called audio. And then I'm going to drag the H4n and the Tascam audio recordings into that folder. So now I've got two bins, one with video footage and one with audio recordings. Then I'm going to create another bin, and I'm going to call it titles. This is for a little bit later down the road. I can create titles in my video if I want, an intro title, maybe credits at the end, and I can put all of those files into that bin. Then the last bin I'm going to create is called sequences. And the reason I'm creating that is, especially with something like a wedding, I'm going to have multiple sequences. I'm going to have a sequence for their short highlight video. I'll have a sequence for the ceremony, a sequence for the reception, and then maybe a dance rendition or something. And I'm going to end up merging all those into another sequence that's going to be like the master full movie sequence. So since I'm going to have multiple, I would like to keep them all organized in a sequences bin. So these are the four main bins I'm going to work with pretty much any time I'm going to be doing video editing in Premiere Pro. So what we went over today, get yourself organized before you even start your project. Then once you import all those files into your new project in Premiere Pro, keep yourself organized with the bins that you can create in the project panel. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.